All right, have and have not fans. It's good to be back from a little bit of a break. After that, after that mid-season finale. Oh boy, I had to step back for a little bit. I will admit, Sisters was actually really good this week, so expect a bunch of Sister and have not videos between now and throughout the course of the weekend. I just had over 120 Pokemon cards sell on eBay, so I'm getting all that stuff put together. Early this morning, woke up, I took my 2020 census, so I took care of that. I had student loan paperwork to take care of, took care of that. Got to make those payments. And need to finish my taxes this weekend because my final paperwork came in the mail 2 days ago. Thank goodness. So I can finally get that done. And that's why I had to kind of step back and let the videos run their course. And thank you all so much. At this moment, it is 12:54 p.m. on March 13th. We need less than 22,000 views and the channel will hit 21 million views. A couple of days ago, we hit 3,000 plus uploads on the channel. So the channel now has over 3,000 videos. So once again, thank you all so much for that. It is Friday the 13th. So, I'm pretty much staying indoors. I ain't playing no games because I'll go to the post office tomorrow morning to mail off some stuff and get some stamps. But that's it. Hope everybody's having a good day so far in light of the virus, which I shall not name due to the running risk of YouTube flagging this video. But speaking of just things that just brings down the mood, that's why I wanted to do an upbeat intro for this video. The haves and the have-nots will not be returning to our television screens on the OWN network until this fall. And folks, please listen to this carefully. As of right now, there is no specific return date. When they said fall 2020, I'm under the assumption they're referring to late August or sometime in September. So I want to make that clear. And I'm not trying to say this in a fashion to make it seem like I'm talking down to people, but I want to make it plain, clear, and simple. The preview said the haves and the have-nots will return fall 2020, which in TV time, I'm assuming is somewhere between August, September. So until we get an official return date, just know it's not coming back until this fall. So, what are my feelings towards this? Tuesday night was not a good night. Let me just put it that way. That's why I didn't do a live stream. Me and Chandler went live during the episode. And to be honest, I wasn't even in the mood to do a live. I said after the Instagram, I'll do a YouTube live. I did one, I believe, a couple hours later, like after midnight. What happened was after the episode aired, it finished up. And then the preview said fall 2020. I actually screamed. And my roommate messaged me like, hey, everything okay in there? Because he was in the kitchen cooking and he heard me screaming from our room. So a few minutes after me and Chandler finished talking, because I said, hey, I'll be on YouTube in like 10 minutes. So I went outside to the living room, told him what was up. We actually just caught up because it's been a while since we just sat down and talked to catch up, see how life's going. So we were talking for a couple hours. Love is Blind. We're talking about that, just life stuff in general. So that was a good segue because I didn't feel like doing a YouTube live stream after that episode because I would have just been filled of nothing but disappointment. Like when the episode ended, that's how I felt, just kind of empty. It was a lackluster episode. And like I said in my review, it wasn't an awful episode. Let me just put that out there. It wasn't an awful episode. It wasn't even the worst episode of the season. My issue is, for a mid-season finale, it wasn't that good. The cliffhanger was weak. Not to mention, if the show was returning in May, I would not be this upset. And I'm being honest here. If you saw my videos leading up to the finale, such as my mid-season finale breakdown trailer, and a few videos I did before, the week between, what was last week's episode? This week was Bananas Foster. The one before this was it the heavy lifting? Shit, I forgot. It was the episode last week, which I said was actually pretty good. What did I give last week's episode? Was it like an 8.5 out of 10? Because I said it was like one of the best halfway decent episodes of the season so far. And I always say typically the episode before the finale is better than the actual finale. And last week was better than Bananas Foster. I just feel like for us to have to experience a hiatus as lengthy as the one from last year. Remember last year, 6 months. We had to wait 6 months until the haves and have-nots return. Because after Wyatt shooting his parents, allegedly, and then him getting shot, and then at the beginning of the episode, the David and Jeffrey shootout, 6 months, we get to the beginning of season 7, find out it was just bullshit. Then we get to this episode, which is supposed to be the episode to hold us until the show returns this fall, and I feel absolutely nothing. I'm looking at my list now, folks. At this moment, unless I think of something else, I only have maybe 3 more have and have not videos to record after this one. And once that's done, honestly, that's all I have to say. And I'm not quitting the show. I'm not going to quit talking about it. That's not it at all. But to be honest, after these weak episodes, these 10-week episodes, I think we all deserve a break. So during the hiatus, keep in mind, I'm still going to be reviewing Sisters, which has been getting surprisingly better. But there's only 5 episodes left. Ruthless comes out next Thursday on BET Plus, next Thursday on the 19th. The 31st, we have If Loving You Is Wrong return. Then in May, we're going to have The Oval coming back. And I believe it was mentioned sometime in the summer, Tyler Perry's new shows, Assisted Living, which is going to be Mr. Brown and Cora, and then the return of House of Pain for a new season. That's going to be coming as well. So in terms of content, I'm not concerned. Still no clue on when Greenleaf is coming back, but to be completely honest, based off what Chandler and several other people have told me, they wouldn't be surprised if the show doesn't return until this fall. That's disappointing because I wanted to follow up on the AJ stuff. But like I said, plenty of content to hold me over, so it is what it is. We'll make a way somehow. That's really it. The show's coming back this fall. I've seen lots of interesting comments on my episode review, as well as Twitter and my Instagram DM. I can understand. Maybe I'll do a video talking about my thoughts on the first 10 episodes overall, but honestly, I can see why people have been saying they're going to quit the show. They're done with it. Tyler's lost his touch, and I get it. It's like I've said for the past few weeks, I really feel like the haves and the have-nots is being a scapegoat for the OWN network because of the fact that season 7 was indeed supposed to be the final season. There's been plenty of proof, and I've done plenty of videos on that. Season 7 was supposed to be the final season, but it got renewed for 8 and 9, seasons 8 and 9, which I really feel is nothing more than the OWN network needing the haves and the have-nots for ratings because none of their other shows are stable enough to actually sustain the channel without Tyler Perry. Now that I think about it, that makes sense. From a business standpoint, I see why this is being done. But from a consumer standpoint, and someone who's been rocking with the show since episode 1, and regardless of my criticisms and critique, I still love the show because I would not be able to be doing what I'm doing for a living without this show. But at the same time, I have to acknowledge that I just hate that the show is being a sacrifice. I mean, look at the Fairly Odd Parents or SpongeBob SquarePants or The Simpsons or a number of other shows, animated and not animated, that have run their course. It's like when the quality used to be there used to feel like there was a reason we would tune in each week for multiple character arcs, for theories and speculations that would keep us talking all week long. That's how I remember so many facts about the episode. My mom and I, when I was finishing up grad school and then when I was working, we would talk every week during her lunch break over the phone. It could be season 3 and we're discussing season 1 episodes. That's how in depth we were in the show. Now it's like she was the one that got me into the show to begin with. I'll never forget it. Hey, Jeremy, that Tyler Perry show's on OWN. So ran up to the living room. We watched the first 2 episodes and we were both hooked. But now it's like you can miss an episode and nothing. You won't miss anything at all. So I'll just say this. The show being gone till fall is probably for the best because I feel like we all needed a break. This season wasn't a shining moment in the series, nor for my videos on the channel. I've never had so many people tell me how they can hear the discouragement in my voice and stuff like that. But like I said, I'm not going to sit up here and put up a false front because, again, I don't work for Tyler Perry Studios. I'm a fan like everyone else, and I call it like I see it. I don't want this show to fail, but it is failing in multiple areas. You can just tell the show is just being made to be made, and no fault towards the actors. They're doing their jobs, and I don't blame them. It's just that I just hate to see something I love being run into the ground for nothing. I mean, when you think about it, the haves and the have-nots, once again, going back to why the OWN network most likely still wants it on the network because they don't have enough programs of their own to sustain the channel. You got to think about how, yeah, Tyler Perry pumps out content like it's nobody's business. But when you look at shows like Greenleaf or Queen Sugar, and I don't really know I don't know those shows in depth from behind the scenes as I do with the haves and the have-nots. And again, I don't know everything about that. But it seems to me that the OWN network isn't able to pump out content for their shows that bring in the numbers quick enough to sustain the channel. So if Tyler Perry left completely, their shows that actually do bring in a decent amount of viewers aren't being produced enough to bring in ratings each week. So I can understand that. So hopefully things get, mapped out soon enough. But as of right now, I calculate the haves and the have-nots to be on until at least 2022. I mean, like the back half of season 7 will air this fall. And then I'm going to assume in 2021, we're going to have parts 1 and parts 2 of season 8. Don't ask me how they're going to split it up. And then in 2022, we'll have season 9, which I assume will be filmed this summer or this fall, right before or right after the show returns, later this year. So with that being said, guys, the haves and the have-nots is returning this fall. There's no return date yet. Once we get information, darn well I will bring it to you on this channel. We'll get a trailer somewhere down the line. I'm going to assume July. That's just an assumption. And with that being said, you know the drill, guys. Hit that subscribe button if you are new. Hit the bell notification icon if you want to keep track of my videos, because I post pretty consistently for the most part. And links to all my social media, they're in the description below. I think we're at 17.5 thousand followers on Instagram. Let's try to hit 20,000 as soon as possible. And shoot, let me know your thoughts. Are you mad about the break being as long as it is? Are you glad that the show's taking the break? Are you done with the series because it seems to have run its course? Let me know your thoughts. Be honest. I mean, just keep in mind, everybody's entitled to their own opinion. If you think I'm hating, well, that's your right to interpret my opinion how you please, but that's really not the case, because just like with the Pains a couple of years ago, I stopped watching because I couldn't bring myself to watch a show every week and rant about how bad it is. When it comes to content, you can create whatever you want. If you want to rant about something, rant. But remember, this is my full-time job. So what I don't want to do is watch something I hate watching and then force myself to do videos. Once it gets to that point with the haves and the have-nots, I promise you I will stop talking about the show completely. But I still love the series, but I just hate what's being done to it. So with that being said, that's my 2 cents. Like I said, I have several videos to do, but I'll edit and post this one by itself by tonight, and then I'll post the rest of the videos throughout the rest of the day. Like I said, I want to just knock out the audio, and then I'll do editing throughout the weekend. So basically, this weekend is going to consist of me making a simple trip to the post office tomorrow to mail off some eBay stuff and some other paperwork. Lord willing, I have some money left over from the shipping cost and whatnot of stamps. Put a little gas in my tank. Get a few things from the store that I didn't pick up last night, and then just pretty much chill in my apartment until I make more eBay money. But, guys, simple stuff. Wash your hands. Make sure you have Germ-X or hand sanitizer. Good luck finding toilet paper. And just stay safe out there, guys. I know it's trust and believe I've had a good time looking at the memes and videos about this you-know-what virus, but just practice common hygiene, watch out for each other. If you got supplies and nobody else around you does and they need it, hey, just give them a couple squirts of your Germ-X or whatever, and, just look out for each other and you'll all be fine. But, yeah, I hope everybody has a great weekend, and good luck surviving the rest of Friday the 13th. Trust and believe I'm going to be looking over my shoulder for most of the day, and just want to make sure I'm covering everything. I think this video is pretty thorough. I got all my thoughts out, not in a ranty fashion. It's like I'm just beyond that kind of stuff right now. Like past couple weeks when it came to the whole money, I'm just done. I just have nothing else to say about it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So thanks so much for tuning in, guys. And I will talk. Oh yeah, and for Patreon, I will be posting some stuff later today. So be on the lookout for that for my 2 patrons. If you would like to join for as low as $3 a month, there is a link to my Patreon below. Still haven't revamped it, my bad. I've been super busy, but it shall be revamped by the end of the month, because trust me, there's a lot of fun content I actually have in store for you all. I just got to think of a name The haves and have-nots review, I got to change that. I can't think of anything good. Because I'm actually was watching an episode of Kev on Stage, his Righteous and Ratchet podcast, the bonus episode for patrons. So I took a break to start recording. So once I get Patreon going, honestly, I keep rambling. I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry, because it's Friday. Basically, since the haves and the have-nots is gone, Sisters is the only show each week I have to review. So basically, between now and when If Loving You Is Wrong comes on, I have a little bit of breathing space. Like Ruthless, you know, I'll review that when I get to it. But Sisters is like the only main show that's on right now for me to review. So thankfully, I have breathing space to finish the eBay stuff, to finish my taxes, to do Patreon stuff. So thank you all for the support. It means a lot. And I'm done now. I'm done. I'm really done. And I'll talk to y'all soon.